Hello everyone, my name is Shan, and today we're gonna talk about birds that can fly. For the hundreds of years, birds have been here for a long time. Long time ago, when the dinosaurs there, long time ago when there was no people and no dinosaurs, the only flying creatures were insects. Then came the pterodactyl, a flying bird with its leather skin made out of a leather called Cresco. Maybe that's the name. And Cresco, when it gets broken, it cannot be repaired. Then came the greatest, most violent, very greatest weapon of all, the feather. The feather had a great... What's that noise? The feather had a great opportunity to fly in the air. Feather is very fascinating. And also, here's a great fact. A little bird must weigh for 300 insects, 300 small insects, and big birds weigh about 300 big insects, and a human will weigh about 100 hamburgers. Wow, that is a much of weight, 100 hamburgers. Wow, humans are the greatest weighters. Well, hamburgers are at least one kilogram of its mass. So you get 100 kilograms, maybe. All over the world, long time ago, people tried to make flying machines, but the only thing that the people didn't realize was the weight. The heavier the weight, it will go to the ground. The lighter the weight, it will go to the sky. But people just made things and used them as heaviers. Boing, 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 boing. Also, people made vehicles that were flying but cannot go up to the air, and they just bounced up. Boing, boing, boing. And then came down. Boom. Once a flying machine was take off, but the wheels were kind of weak, so it got broken into half. Ching! Also, then the passengers were almost died, but not completely. The passengers were kind of very unlucky to be there because they almost got dead for their lives. Of course, birds are fascinating stuff, and birds have a very great life, like this chick. I can't able to see it because it's in another place. This chick takes about 12 hours before it gets open. The egg gets fertilized. First, the yolk splits in half, and then makes the heart. Then limbs take shape, and then there's a chick. Before the chick could crack open the shell, it has to crack open the air sac and fill up its lungs with air for the first time, and then crack open the shell, telling her mother that respiration is gonna be okay. This will take about 12 hours. And then when the chick is out, immediately it has to find its leg, fluff up its feathers, and try to walk for its first time. Which will be an uncomfortable business. Birds come from eggs, you know. But did you know that there are layers? The egg has layers when it's not boiled. You crack open the shell and you feel some kind of leather skin. That's the air sac. And then there's the yolk. The yolk and the white stuff turn into the chick. And then the chick cracks open the air sac, which is that letter P, and it cracks open the shell. Fascinating, right? But how do a bird can fly? And why does a bird fly? Birds fly because they need to avoid the predators. And birds, they can fly up their bone structure, like bones, and of course wings. But wings is not important. The weight is important. Birds have light bones so that they can go up into the air. And we humans have heavy bones which drop down. If we try to fly up in the air, we just drop down. Boom. And we just climb up a tree and we jump and try to fly. We just fall down because of heavy bones, of course. Birds have light bones, so when they perch up, jump up a tree and flap its wings, it goes up into the air. Of course, airplanes have been great because they have a light mass, because they are made from a light material. And also, when people are on the airplane, it goes up, but not completely up, because of its lightness. When you're in the air, when you go up into the air, the less mass you will have. I mean less weight. You'll lose weight as you go up in the air, such as the airplane. The airplane is made out of heavy stuff, but when it gets up into the air, it has less weight. So that's how the airplane gets flied up. And of course, they have engines and wings, of course. And when the plane lands, it does the same thing as a bird, but not completely stand up. The wheels pop up like the leg of a bird, and it slides out until it stops. Birds can stop for 1 second because of their wings. The airplane wings collect the wind when something pops up, and it collects the wind. And then the wind gets a little slower and slower, and then it completely stops, like the bird. Birds are very fascinating. Sometimes some birds are adapted to go underwater. Some birds are adapted to go to space. Some birds are adapted to be at night. The owl looks wise, but looking wise does not completely. It's wise. In comic books, you might see that owls are wise, but looking wise is not completely wise. As owls are wise, you think they go into the air at night because of their night vision. You say it's wise because of its night vision. And night vision lasts for his or her whole lifetime and never ends. Well, maybe until a fly gets slapped into his eyes. Actually, it's not a joke. Oh, thank you. If you were the size of a bird and you have heavy bones, you might just fall out. And then you might get completely knocked out. Which I mean that you sleep for a while. But you're not sleeping, actually. You're sleeping, but not sleeping. And whenever, let me get this straight. Whenever a man punches you in the face very hard, you just can't move for a minute or a second. That's knocked out. And whenever a bird gets knocked out, its bones crack. Because the lighter the weight, the easier it will get broken. Like paper. Think of a bird's bone as paper. And paper has less mass, which floats up in the air and then falls down after a second. And this is how it happens. The paper is like the bird. It flies up. The paper airplane is like a bird, and it has light mass like the bird's bones. So that's how it flies. So a paper airplane is very, very light. So that and the paper part inside is actually like the bones of a bird. So this end is a bird. And why? And I got some details from the DK Eyewitness videos, and the feelings of me about birds were a little cutie. And also the DK Eyewitness places wanted to make this video because it wanted to tell you about the bird and its national history and its mysterious mysteries in the whole forest and nature. So the opinions for me of this thing is that birds have less blood than ours. Well, birds have less blood because they're small, and also I think why the bones are light because they have less blood from ours. They have less blood from ours, so that's how their bones are light. I think scientists have not proven this yet, but they see that they have less blood, and they had a theory of the blood makes the bones how much mass it is. We have lots of blood, and so that's how our bones are heavy. Bye, I'll see you next time. Bye.